We are here with Dodgers top prospect, Dalton Rushing. Dalton, first of all, the energy in here. It's opening day Cactus League play. Feel like a game day to you?
It's kind of spring training. You know what I mean? It's spring training, but yeah, it's pretty exciting.
And how has spring training gone for you so far?
Pretty good. Yeah, everything's going well. I mean, it's baseball, man. It's fun. Being on the field with all these guys is pretty, like you said, it's pretty special. Seeing these things day in, day out. And yeah, obviously now we're in games, so it gets a little more exciting. You get to see everyone in action. Yeah, we got a lot of new faces, and I think a lot of people can say they're pretty excited.
Yeah, and physically, just heading into this season, anything different from your off-season routine as far as where you're at? It feels like you're ready to roll.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Spring training's for getting here and getting as comfortable as possible, whether it be in the box, behind the plate, in the outfield, at first base, whatever the situation is. Yeah, it's just get comfortable. Like I said, I'm not coming out here like, yeah, I'm trying to make a team, but at the same time, I know what this season holds. I know what is in front of me, so yeah, I'm going to be smart about it.
Yeah, we know the expectations you have for yourself, and you're not someone that would lack any motivation or anything like that, right? But just being around all these all-stars, future Hall of Famers that just give you that much more motivation to say, hey, let's crack the big league roster and let's get to the show?
Yeah, absolutely. Just stack yourself up against these guys. I mean, essentially, like, to play here, you got to be one of those guys. You have to understand whether it's your rookie year or it's your sixth year in the show, you got to go out and do the same thing. You still got to win. And I mean, I think that's the easiest way to play baseball. You go out and say, all right, whatever I have to do, I'm going to do it. And at the end of the day, if we win, everyone's happy, you know?
Yeah, in the old adage is that pitchers, they're ahead of hitters at this point of spring. Is that the case? And just kind of where's your swing at, though? You feeling good already?
My swing feels great. My swing feels really good for it being February 20th. That's the best way to look at it. And I think, yeah, I mean, it's easy to say that pitchers have the advantage in spring because you're like, all right, I just took 3 months from you're not getting consistent at bats, you're stepping in, guy could be mid-upper 90s, and you're like, wow, it looks like a tic-tac right now. But no, I think for the most part, you just got to go out there and compete. I mean, what happens, happens. No one's judging you based off your spring training stat line. So it's basically just go show them what you can do. Whatever happens from there that's what it is.
Yeah, and the big storyline for you, of course, is you're so talented, top prospect. You got a catcher in Will Smith. It's an all-star, two-time all-star, signed a big deal. As far as role-wise go, you know you want to be a catcher. We know that is your expertise. But as far as role, just have they told you anything, and just kind of what's your mindset heading into that, knowing what your role is going to be for this team?
Yeah, I can't give you a definite role as to what I'm going to be on this team, whether it's open a season in Japan or whether it's middle of the season we're playing in Colorado. You know, I don't really know what that's going to be. But at the end of the day, like, my job is to show up there, hit whatever they ask me to do, be able to do it. And I think that's really my plan. I think from a catching perspective, is the way I look at it is, look, whether it's this year, like beginning of the year, towards the end of the year, whatever it is, my job is to step in and make Will's jobs easier, like, essentially. Give him a little bit of time. Let him be the player that he is and continue to make a name for himself and make a push for the Hall of Fame, you know?
It's awesome. Love to hear that. Have you gotten some work in the outfield spots as well?
Yeah, I've bounced around. I've been everywhere, in all honesty. It's been basically a little bit infield, a little bit outfield, still majority behind the plate. So yeah, I'm pretty excited, of course, but I can't give you a for sure answer of what it's going to be.
It just feels like your heart is always behind the dish.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I call it my whole life. It's easy to become, like, you fall in love with catching, I guess you could say. It's a craft. You got to perfect your craft back there, and so it's obviously one of the most fun positions for me.
Yeah, and someone that's gone to where you've gone to, is always improvement along the way. Is there anything this spring that you're kind of focusing on, whether it's defensively, whether it's offensively, that you're just kind of targeting and focusing on as far as improvement goes?
Yeah, it's from an offensive standpoint, we're sticking with basically what we left off with last year. Trying to ride that wave and continue to just be the hitter that I am in the box and let the game come to myself. And I'm not chasing any certain number. I know the hitter that I am. I know the guys around me, so it makes my job a little easier in a box. But from a defensive standpoint, it's really, like I said, it's all over the place. There's little things that I'm working on. If we're talking from an outfield standpoint, get off the ball, first base, understand the position again. I played it for 2 years in college. It's a little bit of an adjustment going back to it now. There's a little more emphasis on the small things. So yeah, it's feeling good to get back in the loop back there. But for the most part, I'm keeping all of my eyes towards catching and just trying to develop back there as much as possible.
Great stuff. Now, yesterday, Roki Sasaki had that live batting practice. Felt like the entire organization was out there from that. You ever see anything like that? And just kind of what are your impressions of him so far?
he's got aura. He's got a little. He's got something to him. Like when he steps on a mound, and I think that's pretty special in the game of baseball. The way you carry yourself is essentially the way that you play, and I see it a lot with him. He's very in tune with his craft. He's very in tune with what he's doing on a mound and his prep work, everything, and obviously he's just spectacular talent.
Awesome stuff. You got some aura too, man. Just so you know, you got the X aura too. But there he is, Dawn Rushing. By all the stock now, we're gonna see his big league debut this year. I'm sure of it, and he's gonna do big things. But thank you, Dawn, so much, and have a great rest of your spring, my man.